a nutrient that might reduce the damage caused by rhabdomyolysis. I think you're going to be hearing about this, so let's talk about the research. So the nutrient in question is lutein. This is a carotenoid molecule that's found in green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale. Lutein is a well-known antioxidant, and by neutralizing oxidative stress, free radical damage in the kidneys, it's thought that lutein might help protect the kidneys from damage caused by rhabdomyolysis via a process that's technically called ferroptosis. The prefix ferro in ferroptosis is a reference to iron. Iron, while being a very critical mineral, can also lead to an overabundance of free radicals and damage kidney cells, leading to kidney injury. As such, it was speculated that lutein might be able to neutralize the negative effects of iron on kidney cells, thus protect the kidneys from damage when rhabdomyolysis occurs. So this is the study I think you'll be hearing about. Essentially, researchers took mice and they gave them lutein for several days before they induced rhabdomyolysis, and they induced rhabdo not through exercise, but rather they injected their legs with glycerol, which in turn caused rhabdo to occur. So in other words, lutein was taken as a preventative measure to protect the kidneys when rhabdo occurred. And this is actually a pretty big deal because it turns out that over 30% of people who get rhabdomyolysis develop kidney injury. So what happened? It's reported that lutein actually inhibited the ferroptosis process. Furthermore, those mice that received lutein did not develop kidney damage. However, the mice that did not receive lutein did. What this means is that perhaps lutein-rich foods and lutein supplements may offer some protection to the kidneys in people who have developed rhabdomyolysis. However, I want to point out that that has not yet been proven. This study, which is very intriguing, should be treated as preclinical data, which means it's not ready for prime time for humans yet. I also want to point out that they didn't actually give the mice lutein-containing foods or supplements. Rather, they injected the lutein into the mice several days before rhabdo occurred. That said, lutein-containing foods are pretty healthy, so if you're involved in high-intensity exercise or you're just beginning an exercise program, eating more green leafy vegetables and other foods that contain this nutrient might actually be something to take a look at.